In the top left corner of Nightshade, as the orange Terran, it's Kawayan. And in the bottom right, as the green Terran, it's Elite Devon. How's it going, House Quark? What up, Perfect? Guys, I made a little bit of a fib at the end of my ESL European Open number 11 cast. I said I was going to, like, you know, do human things and take a nap. But, you know, it's the Alpha X Apprentice Super Tournament number 2. Come on. You gotta have a B stream, right? You gotta get more games casted. So we're gonna be doing this up until the streams converge, and then we're gonna head off into the North American ESL Open number 11. And it's gonna be a proxy racks to open up for Devon. You can check out the main stream over at twitch.tv/alphaxsc2. I would encourage you to do so. They're casting Reality versus I forget. Oh shoot. Yeah, but they're casting Reality over on that channel. Just you know, show the main channel some love. Apprentice is doing some great work over there. Ooh, these guys getting kinky over at the supply depot. Orange SCV's like, stop. There's the factory. It's gonna pump out a Widowmine. Proxy 2 racks Reaper out of Devon. Well, okay, it's not... I don't know if you can even call it 2 racks. Like, I guess technically it's 2 barracks and one of them is proxied, but this isn't what you traditionally think of it, right? Think of it as. So, a reactor on the first proxy racks, and Devon is going for a kind of high IQ play here. Oh, the bunker stopped. A Widowmine shot goes off, taking down 2 of the Reapers, and 2 of them softened up. Just like that, things turn in Kawayan's favor. This looked like an absolutely devastating attack out of Devon, but now he's on the run. That said, he is, like, quadruple pumping Reapers here, so he will be able to regroup and re-engage in the assault, but a great start for Kawayan. Oh my god, beautiful alien shots. GG! And Kawayan takes game number 1. Oh no, where'd my little Ren head go? Re? In the bottom left, as the orange Terran, it's Kawaiian. And in the top right, as the green Terran, it's Devin. So, I mean, Devin had a promising number of Reapers, but just no micro behind it, really. So Kawaiian took game number 1. A little bit about the format of the tournament, exclamation bracket in the chat. If you want to follow along, but the winner's bracket is going to be best of 3. The loser's bracket is a best of 1. The finals of the loser's bracket are going to be a best of 3, and the finals of the winner's bracket are going to be, well, just the finals are going to be a best of 5. However, the winner of the winner's bracket is going to get a 1-point advantage over his opponent. So basically, what that means, if you're unfamiliar, is that winner of the winner's bracket only has to beat his opponent twice, while the winner of the loser's bracket is going to have to beat his opponent 3 times in a row. Well, not necessarily in a row, but 3 times without losing twice. Make sure you guys check out that Matcherino, exclamation Matcherino, in the chat. Put in the code AXCOM some number, I totally forget what, to add to the prize pool for these players. I believe top 3 pays out. I think it might just be top 2. I need to check. Okay, so Kawaiian gonna be our aggressor this game. I totally replaced that bracket. I don't know why it didn't switch over. I'll fix that. I'm sorry. Starport under construction for Devin. Kawaiian getting ready to drift into the net of his opponent. The SCV tanking a lot of the damage here, allowing Kawaiian to get 2 volleys off before he really starts taking any damage at all from Devin's forces. He is a little bit afraid of this Cyclone, and he will lose a Hellion to it. They never show the driver of the Hellion. You know what I mean? Like, even when the ragdoll happens, you don't see, like, a little man flying out of it. I guess that would be too gruesome. So, a Liberator takes out 7 SCVs while this engagement is happening. Cyclone finally takes out the Liberator. Well, it got 9 kills total. Intense. Quine is going to move in right as Devon tries to push across the map. Not too much damage right now. These two Vikings that are about to pop are going to get ganked. Are they, though? Okay, the Vikings land, take out the tank. They're going after the SCVs next. Tank on the low ground picks off the wall and continues shelling at the CC. Devon's attack just arriving on the orange side of the map. Unfortunately, he's attacking the rocks. Devon backs up the ramp, but has lost most of his Marines. Kawaiian lands on the tanks. GG is called. And Kawaiian takes the series 2-0, knocking Devon to the loser's bracket. Alright, let me, first of all, fix this Nightbot shenanigans. Okay, bracket. I can literally screenshot this. Like, it says alphaxchallenge.com Apprentice ST2. Why isn't it? Alright, looks like that fixed it. Bum, 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 bum. No, it's off center. It's trying to snap to grid. I don't want it to snap to grid. Okay. This is as close as we're gonna get it. I think I made it worse. Feels bad, bro. Okay.
Meow?
Yermy66, thank you so much for the follow. Oops. Why does it say Thiasu versus June? I'm just failing on the production all over the place. Okay, so we have a veto on Purity and Industry, veto Zen, veto Eternal, and veto Golden Wall. That means our maps are going to be Nightshade. Let me consult. Let me scratch my memory here. It's going to be Nightshade, Everdream, and Simulacrum. Wow, isn't that incredible how I remembered that just like that? Nothing else came into play there. Hi, Yermi. Okay, let me... Dum bum bum bum. Bum bum bum. Hey, that's all my paperwork and stuff. Oops. While we have downtime, you guys can check out that channel. Just, not now, because we're entering game. Well...
Game resumed.
Okay, so, without further ado, in the bottom right corner of Simulacrum, as the Orange Terran, it's Kawayan. And in the top left, as the young French Protoss, it's Eric Fire. Kawayan sending out an SCV scout. No, it's not an SCV Scout. Kawaiian is straight up going for a proxy factory right now. It should be a proxy... Oh, it's going to be a proxy Widowmine. And he's going for a starport. Okay. He's probably going to make like 2 Widowmines and try to march him up the ramp. If I had to guess. It's a trap. Okay, yeah, he puts the first one forward in a defensive position. Kawaiian lets the supply depots down. Okay, he's going to push out and try and kill the Adept. He does block the Shade as well. But this is a distraction. Out comes the medevac, and it's going to be a triple Widowmine drop into the main of Eric Fire. Oh no. What? Both shots go off on the probes in the gases, so they don't get any kills. It's 2 probe kills for 3 Widowmine shots. This is not good for Kawaiian. And now his hand is revealed. Eric Fire is going to be suspicious on how those Widowmines hit so dang fast. Alright, I think Kawaiian might actually still be okay here. Eric is slowly losing ground. Kawaiian pumping out more siege tanks, pumping out more marines. And remember, the factory is only right over here. Like, the siege tank doesn't have that far to travel to reinforce. The shields are gone off the Nexus. If Eric's gonna make a... He needs to either abandon the low ground or make a move, and make it now. Oh no, he eats another couple tank shots. Down goes the Nexus. And Kawaiian can do what he wants. He can continue pushing in here, or he can expand, or... basically whatever. I think he's going to continue the aggression, though. He's even building a missile turret at the back, just in case Eric were to get a Void Ray out or something. It will help mitigate the Warp Prism a little bit as well, if Kawaiian has to retreat. Oh no. 1 tank volley takes out the Immortal. 2 Stalkers left. 1 Stalker left. Eric's gonna do a final warp in. And we could see a tap out any moment here. That's an aggressive bunker. That's a very aggressive bunker. GG is called. Kawaiian takes game number 1. Okay.
Deja vu, I've just been in this place before. Higher on the street, and I know it's my time to go. And the search is a mystery. Standing on my feet, it's so hard when I try to be me. Whoa.
Thank you so much for the raid. If that was in game, I would have stopped it, but okay, we're going on EU, I guess. Okay, so we gotta head over to the EU server very quickly. Yeah, I'm my game's loading in. I'm almost there. Here we go. Oh, I'm in Alpha X. There we go. Two is gonna be Nightshade. Oh god. What did I hit? No, it's Control N. There we go. In the bottom right hand corner, as the red Terran, it's Kawayan. And in the top left, as the blue Protoss, it's Erg Fire. Kawayan took game number 1 with a very cheeky proxy factory. A bunch of Marines to back up the pressure. 2 Widowmine hits. Well, okay, a triple Widowmine drop from the proxy factory / proxy starport. Didn't go as planned. 2 shots went right into the assimilator, and then the 3rd shot only killed 2 probes. But the follow-up was really mean, really aggressive. Eric didn't know what was going on. Took the loss. So, just for a little bit of perspective, Game 1 was played on NA, where, you know, Kawayan is located. We played on US East. Eric, however, is French. So for game number 2, we're hopping over to the EU server. And then if it comes down to game number 3, we're going to hop back over to NA. So you can think of it as like an advantage-disadvantage type of thing. This is also Eric's map, so if he's going to take a victory, it's definitely going to be here on Nightshade. Nightshade already a Protoss-favored map. It's Eric's pick, and it's on his home server, so he's going to be dealing with minimal lag. Kawayan, or Eric, such a good player at such a young age. He's only like 14 years old, I think. Maybe a bit younger. I don't know. It's been a while since I talked to him, since the end of the Apprentice Season 1, and it's been like 4 or 5 months since then, so he might have had a birthday. I don't know. Make sure you guys hit up that Matcherino, !Matcherino in the chat, and put in the code to help support these pro gamers. Blink on the way here for Eric. Kawayan playing it much more standard this time. He's still going to go for a Widowmine drop, and he gets the kill on the Adept without losing Marines, which is quite a nice pickoff. Eric getting out a Robo as well. He really likes this Blink Stalker style. We might see him just go pressure the Terran, try to get up on the high ground, etc. Kawayan is cautious of this. I really like that Kawayan, instead of just massing his Widowmines up here, down here, he spreads them out where you think Eric will be, and look at that, he takes out the scouting probe. It paid off for him, and that should be recharged by the time the Widowmine gets in the medevac and begins to hurt the... Wait. Okay, this is a mistake, though. Kawayan sent the medevac out without loading up any of the Widowmines. What's he doing? It's a fake Widowmine drop, guys. Scam. I need some parting scams in the chat. He's just gonna rally the medevac into 3 stalkers. What is happening? Is this so Eric will think that he doesn't have any Widow Mines? Like, I'm not sure what's going on. It could have just been a mistake as well. Okay, Eric's blinking forward. Stam combat shields and +1 on the way for the Terran, 1-1, and charge on the way for Eric. As this engagement shapes up, down goes the Observer, and that means no high ground vision for these Stalkers, but a lot of Marines, many Marines died to take out that intel. Eric's gonna bait the first Widow Mine, dodges the shot. Quine able to save the mine. Berg isn't sending any further air support across the map. He's just going for a contain with his 6 Stalkers. Thanks, Sushi. Apparently, Eric is 12 years old. Which is even more impressive to be an EU GM at that level. Or at that age. Hawaiian's going for a concave. He has the Stalker's trap. Blinks on cooldown. There it is. Eric able to save a couple of the Stalkers, but this is a mean Terran push, and a lot of boys are being pulled to help support it. That said, Hawaiian is leaving quite a few SCVs back home to mine. This is about half a mineral line's worth of SCVs. A little more than that, like 2/3 of a mineral line of SCVs. The tank damage, and maybe repair the tanks if necessary. Eric is up in army supply. He's a little bit supply blocked as well going into this. Charge lots try to close in on the tanks, and I think there will be enough of them to break this. The SCVs absolutely melt. The Immortal gets picked off, but this is awesome play from Eric Fire. GG is called. Eric evens up the score 1-1. Okay. So we gotta head back to North America for game number 3. And it's going to be Hawaiian's home turf and map pick once again. Well, I guess it's technically default map pick, but why does my camera always lean to the right? I shall never understand. Please. I've tightened this bolt like 6 times. 1 sec. In the top right corner of Everdream, as the orange Terran, it's Kawayan. And in the bottom left, as the red Protoss, it's Erg Fire. These two have taken us all the way to Game 3. The score is 1-1, and Kawayan has sent out 2 SCVs to drop 2 barracks. I really dig Kawayan's color scheme with like the... I don't necessarily like Tracer, but I dig like the green against the orange. And this lighting makes it look really cool. But we're back on the NA server. So this is Kawayan's home turf. He's going to be dealing with a little bit less lag. Someone accidentally pinged, I guess. And going to have an easier time microing. Oh no, the scouting probe from Erg Fire is just a little bit too far to the right. And Kawayan goes unscouted. Erg's already dropped a Nexus. And there's going to be bunkers down soon. Erg drops a proxy pylon. When will this get scouted? Has Erg even... Oh no, he didn't send his probe out to scout! Erg drops a proxy robo. But Kawayan is going to go... Omae wa mo shinderu. Nani? That was perhaps a bit too loud, but you get the picture here. Erg is under siege. Kawayan firing trebuchet shots from his bunkers, and Erg drops a second proxy robo in response. Port Prism coming out for Erg. Kawayan is going to suicide the Marines into the main for no benefit. Shield battery going to keep all the probes alive. So that feels a little bit bad. Erg, despite losing his second Nexus, can totally get back into this game. Kawayan preparing for the counterattack, dropping a bunker in his main, getting a second CC up, and getting Cyclone upgrades. Now Erg is going to have 2 Immortals knocking on his door, and this Cyclone upgrade is a little bit exposed in the tech lab. Should Erg choose to target it down, it could be bad news. Eric is winning the ground war. Oh no, the last Cyclone goes down. There's barely anything to defend here. The SCVs are pulled to fight. Actually, they get a surround on the Immortals. Hero SCVs unscrewing key bolts in the Immortals, able to take them down while the Marines gun from behind. Good work, boys. Kawayan lives to see another day, and actually, he's not too far behind in workers. Eric's going to have to wait for the shields to recharge on this Immortal before he re-engages. The Widowmine makes it a little bit too risky for him to push in there. The tank betrays the Widowmine, so the Widowmine will go down. Alright, one Immortal goes down. Oh no, all three Immortals go down. Kawayan's still alive. Like, what is going on with this game? Both players are still alive. I think at this point we just see expansions from both of them, right? Eric keeps memeing with these double Immortals, but I think Kawayan has too much defense at this point with the double Viking out in the sky. There's not going to be any further Warp Prisms, and there's 2 tanks out, so 3 tanks. 2 of them sieged. Now 3 of them sieged. Down goes the Observer, so they'd have to go up to here. They want to go up the ramp. And I think Eric just needs to take a second Nexus while he has the Contain going on. Now, Kawayan's been fine on one base, but he's been muling entirely his main, so he's starting to run out of mineral patches, and he needs to push out and take an expansion soon. We take a look at the units lost. Actually, Eric's lost a lot more. That's not what I expected. Kawayan's gonna send out the Liberator. Thought for a second he was gonna try to take pot shots at the Immortals and force them out of position, but nope, he's going on the attack. Eric finally taking a second Nexus, going for the Contain with the Immortals rather than trying to eliminate his opponent. I don't know why these SCV... Well, I guess they can't mine efficiently anyway. So they're just kind of helping out in the defense. Vikings keeping an eye on the Immortals in the sky. Oh. Behind this, the Liberators picked off, like, all of the probes. Oh, no. Well... I don't know why Eric repositioned them through the Liberator zone! 17 probes go down. Eric Fire is a 6 probe Protoss. Wow. I mean, Eric still has a decent ground army, but he's going to be all in into a siege tank line. There's no economy for the Protoss. Okay, this is smart. Eric's lifting into the main with half his force. 4 Immortals still knocking on the front door. Surprise, says Eric Fire. Oh no, he ate way too much damage. 2 immortals go down. GG is called, and Kawaiian takes the series 2-1. All right. So we are at the semifinals of the winners bracket. Let me see. Okay, so if you're looking to continue watching Kawaiian, he is moving on to face Veritas over on the main stream. Exclamation A stream in the chat. We'll link you to the main Alpha X hub where Contestees is doing wonderful work. So, exclamation bracket in the chat if you want to check out the bracket. Obviously. So, Monster got taken out 1-0 by the Detweiler. Reality took out Devon 1-0. Oral Rock waiting for his opponent. Tokon still facing down Hiren. Hiren. I don't know how to pronounce that. In the top bracket. So, we're going to cast a losers bracket round 2 match. Okay, so check out that exclamation A stream while we wait for our next players. Okay, OBS crashed for the 5th time today. It's not my computer, there was an update a couple days ago, and it just wrecked everything. So we should be back with like no time skip for you guys. But in the bottom left corner, as the Orange Terran, it's the Detweiler. And in the top right, As the blue Protoss, it's Eric Fire. The stakes are really high here. If you lose one game, you are eliminated from the Alpha X Apprentice Super Tournament number 2. This is only round 2 of the lower bracket. We also turned off stream delay, so everyone got transported ahead in time. Hurry! Robotics Bay finishing up here for Eric Fire. And he's going to begin Colossus production. Okay. Eric takes a third as well. Disruptors are definitely more common in the PvT meta right now, but Colossi are still pretty respectable. It's not like they're entirely out of play. It's just that Disruptors seem to be more favored as of late. This could just be a mix of Colossi and Disruptor as well. Eric going for a move out. Oh man, rip 90% of my viewership. Feels bad. Again, it happened again. Thanks, Miguel. You got my back. I use OBS Studio. No exaggeration, the app has crashed more times on me today than it has in my entire first year of streaming. There's an update that just came out, and I took the update, and it's been doing it since that, just today and yesterday. It's when you, so when you use a scene transition, it's crashing. It's not switching over. Like, the scene will switch over, but yeah, don't patch it. Don't get the patch. Like, there was a main patch, and then they did a 0.1 hotfix, and since the 0.1 hotfix, it's been terrible. It's been awful. There's not much happening here. Eric's just building up. The Detweiler is just sharking around the middle of the map, maintaining control, asserting his dominance, and getting up a third CC. It looked like he's High Masters 1. I do have Woozbot, so if you go exclamation, or MMR Detweiler, I think is the command. Woozbot should tell you his exact MMR. Oh, is Woozbot dead? The heck? Okay, Eric's going for a massive push here. Thanks for the follow, Miguel. Appreciate it. There's not enough bio here to even take out the Zealots in time. There's another Warpin coming in as the first one depletes. And these Colossi are doing terrible, terrible damage. Armor's about to finish for the Terran, but there's no units for it to affect left on the map. And there's no tanks out to hold this push. Detweiler pulls the boys to hold the bunker. It's not going to be enough. And that's going to be the end of his run here. In the Alpha X Apprentice Super Tournament number 2, Eric moves on to round 3 of the lower bracket. So his MMR is exactly... Oh, we did no match history. I can't even... He left the channel. Looks like... No, he didn't. His MMR is 4706. He's at the bottom of Masters 2. Alright, so I'm gonna try and get in on Pokon versus Onigami. They don't appear to be here. Okay, he's on EU. Do you know what game they're on, Miguel? Yeah, I'll hop over. I'm almost logged in. We're authenticating. We're logged in. Going to slash join alp x. Yeah, I see them, but they aren't inviting me. They launch. No. Okay. Nice. It's good to see Tokon back in action. Yeah. He actually left early on in this Alpha X Apprentice Season 3. But looks like he's back to 5K. Ready to hit Masters 1 again. Well, thanks for the score as well. Appreciate it. In the bottom right corner, as the blue Terran, it's Onigami. And in the top left, as the red Terran, it's Tokon. Tokon back in action after a little bit of a hiatus. Tokon apparently already has the first point on the board. It looks like there is about a 300 MMR difference separating these two right now. Tokon sitting around 5k, Onigami at 4.7 on the EU server. Tokon sends out a scouting worker. Onigami does not. Wait, what did he cancel there? Excuse me one sec. I had to sneeze. Feels bad. Oni moving out the Hellion and 2 Reapers to pressure Tokon. Tokon doesn't have units out yet to respond to this at all, but he will finish up the second CC, so the worst he's gonna lose is like and SCV. Onigami's not even gonna bother. He's gonna head back home. Oh, Tokon comes in from behind. These 2 Reapers are kind of trapped. They don't have enough HP to engage the... Wait, no, they do! Oof! Beautiful micro here from Onigami. Tokon guns the 2 units down, though, and we're off to the races. Both players have their second CCs, although Tokon has the earlier orbital, so he's going to have what amounts to basically an extra mule over his opponent. As well as maybe a 1 to 2 worker lead when all is said and done. Here we go. Only beginning worker production. That is natural, but where are the defense forces? There is a Cyclone at the top of the ramp. But Tokon's gonna dodge around it. Okay, here comes the tank. Here come the reinforcing Marines. The Hellions slide by. They will be kind of stuck here. But Tokon's betting on economic damage. Oh, they don't have Game Heart, but basically what that amounts to is for all those Hellions, Tokon gains an 8-worker lead. However, he is down 10 army supply. So what he's counting on is his newfound economic affluence to replenish his army. How should I put this into words? He's counting on the fact that he's going to be able to replenish faster than Onigami can attack him, and it's going to pay off in the end due to his economic lead. So he basically has 25% more income than his opponent overall. Well, he would if he wasn't building a ton of production, but you get the picture. He has that ton of production building. He has his third CC on the way. Oni is going to have a quicker third orbital, but his production is quite lacking. Tokon's Raven also going to be out faster, so he's going to be building energy on it much quicker. And that, of course, means more spells in the long run. A lock-on on one of the Ravens takes it below half health, but still alive, still collecting energy. This is going to be a tough corner for Tokon to engage from. He lands the CC anyway. Okay. He rethinks his strategy and is going to take this other third location, I think. Yeah, as it rallied over there. Auto turrets dropped on the tanks, but I guess it bleeds off a couple Marines. However, that's a lot of Raven energy gone for Onigami. Oni already has his own third moved out. It's going to start wheeling up that location. Oni. It's a really successful siege so far. Oh no! Okay, Tokon won't lose a Raven. It's gonna drop auto turrets to try and zone this out. Oni bleeds out a tank. 2 tanks! Tokon's giving chase. There is a medevac here to restore some of these stemmed Marines. He wants to be careful. He is worried about tanks being out on the map, things like that. Does bleed out 3 Marines to the auto turret. These Ravens are so low health. I would send them back for repair. 1 health in 15? Are you kidding me? Oh no. If a Marine, like, sneezes in the wrong... Yep, there it goes. Ravens are dead. Tokon has a concave here, but it's going to be close. No, Tokon has this engagement. More tanks being rallied to the front for the Red Terran. GG is called, and Tokon takes the series 2-0, knocking Onigami to the losers bracket. So Tokon is going to advance to the winners finals. If you want to watch Kawayan take on Veritas, that's going to be over on the mainstream. In the losers bracket, see if there have been any developments. It does not look... There have Reality and Hiron in round 2. Erig facing Onigami in round 3. Back to North America we go. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get that. I don't know if they're gonna play it. I don't know where Onigami's from. Look, when I lose weight and I dye my hair again, I swear I'm gonna look like the Run GIF or my little emoticon. I used to. Now I look more like the grump head emoticon. I'm Chubbo. My hair is a mess. I swear, every time I do the read noise, I lose 20% of my audience. It serves me right, bro. I'm looking. I don't see him on NA. Maybe I hop back over to EU real quick? Hmm. Okay. Oh, Onigami is also French. Nice. Alright, I'm hopping over. Logged out of NA. Wait, you guys are making them veto for a best. Wait, so everyone. So instead of. You know what? I guess that makes sense, right? So there's 6 vetoes, and then the remaining map is what they play on. There's so many people streaming today. It's insane. Because everyone's inside. There it is. Yeah, I don't know what's up. You'd think that there would be an uptick in viewership, but there's not, right? I've been seeing this all over the place, not just on my channel. Well, I mean, I'm still growing. Like, I had really good viewership this morning, but I lost, even, especially when you consider I lost it 4 times because it crashes, but we're ready to go. In the top left, as the blue Terran, is Onigami. And in the bottom right, as the red Protoss, it's Erg Fire. It's another best of 1. Serun malentendu capu passe. I don't know if I said that right. I probably murdered that. But both these gentlemen are French. I have a feeling if, like, countries stay shut down for the next... Well, I already know my state's shut down at least until April 6th, I want to say. I think then there will be an uptick in viewership, but man, has it dropped off a cliff recently. Chrono Boost on the Adept for Erg Fire. Twilight Council going down at the 220 something mark. It's almost certainly for Blink. You know, it seems today that all you see is resonating glaive adepts and sometimes DT. But where those good old-fashioned stalkers on which we used to rely? Lucky there's an Erg Fire. Lucky there's a man who positively can do all the things that make us blink and cry. He's a stalker. Guide, do 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 do. Sorry, we're on like hour 10 of casting, and by like hour 10, I mean we're on hour 11. So, bear with me here. Stalkers push forward. Oh, nice pick on the Marauder from Erg Fire, but he loses the Stalker in exchange. I think Onigami comes out on top here. Oh, he doesn't pursue the Stalker. That's wise. Erg has a shield battery up behind this. He bought enough time. And he is majorly ahead in workers. Oni is going for Stim. I think Oni has to 2-base push at this point. Eric is pushing out. But so is Onigami. Eric pulls back. Eric still has the worker lead. The onus is on Onigami to do some damage, and he just can't. There's still more force field here. These stalkers are a little bit exposed, but they also have blink, so they can kite back really quickly. They need to. They will. Eric whiffs a couple shots onto the rocks. Oni is going to be helpful clean those rocks up for Eric. There's still enough force field here to close off the base for a red Protoss, but Oni trying to find some probe damage. Eric's gonna shut him down right quick though. Remember, if he loses this, he's out. It's gone. This is a heck of an Artosis pylon. If it goes down, oh, 3 gateways and the robotics facility unpowered, that means the next Immortal will not hit the field anytime soon. And that's kind of critical, because Oni is pushing into the third. Actually, no, it's not. Shield batteries have enough energy for these zealots to chase down the bio. Oni gets cleaned up, and he's got to play this out smart. He's heavily behind in economy. This third isn't an orbital or a planetary yet, and Eric's been mining off of his for a long time now. Oni stims in. Another huge Artosis pylon goes down. That's 5 gateways unpowered here for Eric Fire, but unfortunately Onigami can't capitalize on it in time. Wait, he gets the Warp Prism! That's a pretty big pick. 4 Zealots go down inside that prism. Eric splitting his forces to come in from multiple angles. The bio has nowhere to go but up, so Oni picks up, saves as many units as he can. Eric holding strong. Eric picks off the medevac. The charge lots swarm up the ramp, but there's not too much DPS behind the Zealots. The SCVs are pulled to fight. Eric just keeps backing up, charging in, backing up, charging in. And I think Onigami is finally broken here. But wait, Onigami dropping on the other side of the map. This shield battery still has so much energy. And this drop's gonna get cleaned up as well. Liberator will hold the main for now, but Onigami's kind of on his last breath here. Eric Fire with total dominance in this game. Down goes the medevac, down goes the Marine, the Marauder, second Marauder, and now Eric has reinforcements freed up to continue assaulting the Terran. Oni is down to 1 base. He's running the workers. Blue Terran will kite down some Zealots. However, there's just so much on the field for Eric. Eric's taking the top right corner base. And barely anything is mining for Onigami. He's down to 4 mineral patches in his main. GG is called, and Eric is going to move on to round 4 of the loser's bracket, where he will face the winner of Veritas versus Hyren. Looks like the mainstream has Tokon versus Kawayan in the upper bracket. So I assume that means we're going to keep covering the losers bracket. Miguel, are Veritas and Hiren both EU players, or are they NA? Okay, we're just waiting on Veritas versus Hiren to end. Check out the Matcherino in the meantime, exclamation Matcherino in the chat. Put in the code, add 50 cents into the prize pool. Actually, let's check out the Matcherino ourselves. $20 in the prize pool right now. I'm not seeing enough movement. Okay, alright. Hiren took down Veritas. So we're going into losers round 4, where he will take on Eric Fire. So our two players are doing their map bans. Any minute now. Eric fires in game, so he should be inviting me and Hiren very shortly. Hope. Here we go. Okay. In the bottom left corner of Eternal Empire, it's the red Protoss, Eric Fire, and in the top right, as the pink Zerg, it's Hiren. My memory is failing me a little bit, but I don't think Eric's faced a Zerg yet today. Could this be his reckoning? Or will he take the best of one and move on to the losers bracket finals? Bum 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 bum. Do 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 do. Eric sending out a probe scout. He's not going to find much. Hiren did open hatch first. There's the gas. Soon to follow is the pool. Eric sending out an adept. Hiren getting ready to intercept. And Eric's going into Stargate. Okay. We're likely going to see 2 Oracles and a tradition and a transition. Into glaives. The Lings are attacking the wrong adepts. Karen had the right idea, but he's going to bleed off a couple unnecessary Zergling deaths for not getting that surround. Eric collecting his oracles and getting ready to swoop in. Karen going for a Ling attack on the third base of Eric, and Eric doesn't have his adepts in position, but that's kind of okay because Karen's focusing on the pylon instead of the Nexus. He's gonna eat a couple Lings in damage, and that means that Hiren doesn't even have enough to engage the adepts anymore. He can't poke in the wall, he can't do anything. The only good news is Eric's initial 2 Oracles were delayed from going in, and they're just gonna sit here in vision all day. All the adepts go down, but they trade out for 7 well, How many did the oracles get? Okay, 1. Okay, so they trade out for 6 drones. The oracle gets a single kill. And Heren is going for a Link Flood with some roaches behind it to up the danger a little bit. There is a force field on the sentry, meaning it can hold for a couple seconds. But Erg needs some meat to really defend this third base. Here come the Lings. They are taking a lot of energy off the shield battery. Down goes the sentry, down goes the first zealot. Did Heren spend too much DPS on eating the shield battery energy, though? I think the answer is yes. The Oracle's gonna zap down the roaches. Heren totally deflected. He had a very scary attack, but he just refuses to focus that Nexus. He's killed all of a pylon, like 2 zealots and a sentry with those attacks. Oh my god. Eric warps in a zealot, but it wasn't a full block-in on the wall. So Heren's gonna split up his Lings. 2 into the Nat, a bunch into the main. Get some delayed mining time, as well as like 2 probe kills. And morphs in a bunch of Banelings. Okay. I mean, a lot of those probes are softened up for sure, but Eric didn't lose anything to all those Banelings. Here comes another Link Flood. Eric once again doesn't have a unit in the wall. Okay, so now he'll kill all those softened up probes. So, oh, he split half of them into the main. I don't know how this is going to work out. In the meantime, Eric is going out for the kill. Zealots clean up the Lings, and I mean, sure, there's still some in the Nat, but all these softened up probes seem to have survived. What could have been a game-ending attack kind of fizzles and dies, but Eric picks off the 4th of the Zerg. Heren trying to hold at the top of the ramp. He is supply blocked, though. Okay, a couple Overlords come out to clean that up. Some Banelings die as well, which is going to help out. Nice pick on these 2 forward Archons by the Zerg. Eric, the huge warp in. The Zealots pounding into the drone line. Heren is down to 2 bases. He does sneak in another Link Flood here. But again, he's splitting up the Lings for no real reason. Eric has a 3rd Nexus out. Like, he can just replace that pylon on the low grounds. Oh, I guess 58 probes went down somehow. What? Wait a second. That's illegal. Those Lings did 58 probes and damage. It looked like there were a lot fewer up here. I guess I'm just starting to crack, a little bit sleep deprived. Caster fail. Heren going into the 3rd. We'll take it out. Okay. Oh my god, Heren's gonna win this. He's double expanding behind this. The Immortals take the high ground. Gonna elevator down to the low ground. Ren backs out. I mean, Eric holds, but he's down 60 army supply to 30, and he's down in probes. He's down in Nexi now. The Nat went down to the Lings as well. Eric going for a double Immortal drop 12 minutes into the game. There are plenty of roaches here to intercept the Warp Prism. Let's get scouted on creep as well. Haren is dropping creep in the natural of his opponent, making sure he doesn't retake it. Haren transitioning into Mutalisk. He can afford to roll Banelings into Immortals at this point, especially when he gets the trade-off. 16 workers ahead is the Zerg. Eric still hasn't repowered his wall. This has got to be a stressful situation for the young Protoss. He fought his way through so many opponents in the loser's bracket. Here come the Mutalisk. A pick on that Warp Prism would be huge, but they kind of missed their opportunity. And they're going to eat a lot of damage from the Archon shots. Oh no. That was a solid 20% of Eric Fire's economy. While it's just one probe at a time, I mean, it still counts. Eric trying to claw his way back into this game. But there's just so many Muta in the sky. Iren hit with a little bit of a supply block. Alright. Yeah, I don't think that Haren wants to engage into the Protoss army as they sit outside of a choke point in a concave, dealing splash damage. Haren might want to kill the Sword Base, though. He will get it. I guess it's a third base, because Eric lost his Nat and never replaced it, but 9 probes went down in that attack as well. The Mutas get the second Oracle. There gets out a couple Phoenix. Haren is chasing down the Warp Prism. No, he's not. He's actually just probably going to head into the net. While some Lings take down the 4th once again, and that's a kill, not a cancel. Eric loses even more precious minerals. Down go a couple Archons. This is still a scary Protoss army, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's scary enough. Well, okay, if he backs Haren into a corner like this, that's a lot of dead Lings. Eric traded 13 more probes for it, though. If he can cut down these Ravagers with the charge lots, I think he needs to totally ignore the Mutalisks and go for the kill now. The problem is that Haren had a bank behind this, and 12 Roaches are going to be there to meet this encroaching Protoss army, and that might not sound like a ton, except when you realize that Haren also has 3,000 gas in the bank, meaning all those Roaches can suddenly become Ravagers, if he so chooses. One Archon goes down. Oh no. One of the Archons tries to take out the Banelings, but they spawn right on top of it. The Mutas come in from behind. They're picking off the Immortals. The final Archon has fallen. GG is called. And Haren will move on to the final round of the losers bracket.